Hey guys, it's me Nina and I'm back with another video this week. Specifically, I know that I have a large audience of people who are Indian and Christian who watch me. So I thought I would share an answer to a question that a lot of people ask me about, and this is kind of like a Christian type of video. Maybe I should title this like, should Christians get their ears pierced? But originally I was thinking of titling it, why I got my ears pierced. So I feel like it's so old school to even have this discussion. And okay, so my parents are from Kerala, India, and Christianity came to that part of India. And it's actually a very small percentage of the population of the state. I think it's 22%, but that's still a lot of people when you think about how big Kerala really is. And you can probably, like, I'll do a Google search how many Christians there are in Kerala, India. Within that is an even smaller group of people who are Pentecostals. Growing up in the Pentecostal faith, I was told that I shouldn't, when I was growing up, wear nail polish, wear earrings, wear rings, wear revealing clothing, and whatnot. And as I got older, I started to challenge that, and I wanted to kind of explain to you guys why I ended up ultimately getting my ears pierced, coming from the background that I did, because it still kind of is a big deal to the older generation. So basically the ways that Pentecostals separated themselves and set themselves apart from other Indian Christians in India was they would wear white, like literally only wear white. They didn't wear heavily embellished salwars, which are our cultural clothing. They set themselves apart by not having jewelry. And in Kerala, India, jewelry is a really big deal. Even, like, I've gone to India and even the poorest of poor people will have still a strand of gold jewelry. So to give that up was such a symbol of how much you valued God. But fast forward to when my parents come to America, and gold isn't, like, not gold, like we wear like sterling. I mean, I have to wear gold because of my skin and how it reacts to things. It just doesn't have the same significance, or jewelry doesn't have the same significance in America as it does in India. And I grew up and I was given this set of rules, and I knew that I loved God, but I didn't understand how me loving God meant I couldn't do all of these things that didn't seem inherently bad to me, and that I personally don't feel convicted of. So when I can't even remember how old I was, maybe it was 3 years ago, I got my ears pierced. I told my mom I was gonna do it, and she kind of in an annoyed way said, oh, do whatever you want. And she was upset for, like, I swear to you, like 5 minutes, and then she was over it. Like, she was totally over it. And she eventually told me, like, she bought me these earrings with her own money. She bought me this necklace. I remember it was like a big deal for me to wear a necklace back in the day. Once I got my ears pierced, she just didn't really mind, you know? But she even told me, like, she always imagined, she's like, I really wanted, like, when you got married one day, I wanted you to have a set of pearl earrings. And God willing, one day I'll get married with a set of pearl earrings, you know? But she just never really cared about it personally for me, but it was an important rule, like, for her growing, like, when she decided to follow God. And ironically, at the same age I got my ears pierced, that was the same age that she took out her earrings. And part of it was also just practicality. My ears and her ears are really sensitive. We can only wear, like, real gold, and she used to wear, like, fashion earrings, and her ears would get, like, infected all the time. And if I wear fashion earrings, my ears do get infected as well. But for me, it was more of a stance of saying that I may not do everything exactly like the people in the Indian community do it, but I wanted to set an example that doesn't mean that because I have this earring that I'm any less of a follower of Christ. And the irony that I feel is there are so many people our my age who do things that do not honor God, you know? Like, I personally don't think that you honor God by getting crazy drunk, you know? Like, I am also working on not passing judgment on people. I personally feel convicted not to drink. Like, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with a drink here or there, but I heard a sermon, and after that, you can watch my video, I'll link it down below, should Christians drink? But I personally just didn't feel like it was something I wanted to keep doing. But when I didn't feel convicted of that, I let my mom know, and she was upset, but I was transparent with her about that. And I don't feel convicted about this because when I look at the Bible, I don't see anything wrong with that. And I think if you think earrings are wrong, then you shouldn't be wearing your bejeweled saris and salwars. There's so much hypocrisy and thinking that these two little things are going to draw so much attention, whereas your entirely bedazzled outfit will not. But I find it ironic because I know so many people who wear jewelry and they take it off on Sunday. And I didn't want to be that type of person. From the minute I hit college, I would buy jewelry and wear it. And then when church came, my mom would say, oh, you should take that off. And I just felt like such a hypocrite doing that because I didn't think that there was anything wrong with it. And then I would see people who would do the same thing and get drunk all the time, but they could go to church on Sunday and maybe look holier than me just because they don't have two holes in their ears. So ultimately, I decided to get my ears pierced because I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with it. That's it. And another part of me got my ears pierced because I cannot stand rules for the sake of rules, and I cannot stand hypocrites. And I just felt like, man, if I just don't have my ears pierced just to appease people, like who am I, you know? But yeah, that's why I got my ears pierced. It wasn't like I was trying to stir some trouble, although occasionally still an old Upperton will talk to me and say why are your ears pierced? But what's funny is a lot of people don't care, and I think if someone's gonna judge you or not be willing to hear from you or think that you're less of a Christian because you have earrings or a tattoo, then that's on them. They have their own issues, you just live your life, Comment down below, do you think being in an Indian community it's a bad example? Do you think it's unnecessary? Do you think that it's ridiculous that people even have these rules? I really don't know why it's so controversial. Maybe I'll do another video on how growing up as a Malayali Christian I felt weird, the fact that you have a video like this. But yeah, let me know. Are you from a different culture? Is it weird to is it a big deal to get your ears pierced in your culture? Am I less weird than I thought? Just, let me know. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.